Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hi if you're new, and welcome to my August book haul, where I'm going to show you the books that I got for my birthday and as well a few books that I got from charity shop. So first of all, I'm going to show you the books that I got for my birthday. I got two from my other half. The first one is An Italian Girl in Brooklyn by Santa Montefiore, who is one of my favourite authors. This is a romance where we join Evelina in New York in 1979, and she's reminiscing on her time when she used to live in Italy and romances that she had then. We don't know yet. Did the romance last? Is it something she's going to revisit? But I think it's going to be a really good read. He also got me The Secret Bridesmaid, which looks like it's going to be a rom-com. Sophie, she's hired by brides to ensure their big day goes off without a hitch, and she's invited to work undercover at the society wedding of the year. The bride, rude, difficult and determined to make Sophie's life a nightmare, but Sophie ends up falling for Cordelia's, the bride's handsome older brother, who is absolutely off limits. So I think that's going to be quite fun. Then I've got a couple of books here from my parents. The first one is Girl Boss by Sophia Amoruso. I absolutely loved the Girl Boss Netflix series, so I have been wanting to read this for some time, and this is sort of a kind of a self-improvement book where she's going to share some of her, well, her behind the scenes stories, wake up calls, and she proves that success doesn't come from where you went to college. Success is about trusting your instincts and following your gut, knowing which rules to follow and which to break. It's inspiring, motivating and empowering. Girl Boss will give you the kick up the arse you need to reach your potential. Sounds good to me. Then I got me a book that has been on my wish list for ages. This is But You're Still So Young, How 30-Somethings Are Redefining Adulthood by Kayleen Schaefer. This is a book I've wanted to read for ages because I suppose I felt a little bit like the only one in my group of friends from sort of school that didn't do what was expected. So it talks about how, let me see if this explains it better. The traditional checklist, this is it, of becoming an adult. Completing school, leaving home, establishing career, becoming financially independent, getting married, having children. But signifies that being in our 30s today are not the same. Repeated economic upheaval, rising debt, decreasing marriage rates, fertility treatments, and a more open-minded society have led to a shifting definition of adulthood. So this is why I wanted to read this, because, and there's nothing wrong with people following the traditional checklist, not at all, but each to their own. And I've actually recently spoken to an old friend from school who sort of almost tried to give me a hard time for not doing things traditionally, because she's like, how come you're not married and have kids? You've been living with your partner for like 10 years. And I'm like, well, because we put work first. You know, we still got time for marriage and kids. We're not saying we're never going to do that, but we just chose to focus on the company, and that's fine. But a lot of my friends sort of did the traditional checklist. And I said, that's absolutely fine if that works for you, but I don't think still it's accepted enough for individuals not to do that, if that makes sense. So I'm really looking forward to reading this and hearing someone else's views that I think is a little bit similar to me, that did not follow the traditional checklist. So I need to move you now to show you the rest of the books I got from Mum and Dad. This is the massive set of Charles Dickens books they very kindly got me. So we have got Hard Times, A Tale of Two Cities, Great Expectations, The Pickwick Papers, The Old Curiosity Shop, Little Dorrit, Nicholas Nickleby, David Copperfield, A Christmas Carol, The Mystery of Edwin Drood, Oliver Twist, Bleak House, Barnaby Rudge, Martin Chuzzlewit, Our Mutual Friend, and Dombey and Son. It looks awesome. So I'm looking forward to starting those. It's a little intimidating, but at the same point, I'm very excited to get through the works of Charles Dickens. Now, I'm just going to show you the few books that I have got in the charity shop recently. So, the first one I have been looking at for a while. It's been in there for a few weeks, but for some reason I wasn't sure if it's for me or not, because I don't know if the story appeals, but it's mainly a cover by, and it's The Mermaid of Black Conch. And it says, near the island of Black Conch, a fisherman sings to himself while waiting for a catch, but David attracts a sea dweller that he never expected. Ikea? An innocent young woman cursed by jealous wives to live as a mermaid. When American tourists capture her, David rescues her and vows to win her trust. Slowly, painfully, she transforms into a woman again. Yet as their love grows, they discover that the world around them is changing and they cannot escape the curse forever. So I'm still not sure that that really appeals to me, but I'm intrigued. So at least I have it now and I can make a decision about whether or not I do want to give it a go. Next one was a cover by two. This is The Island of Missing Trees, which, I mean, I have to say that does look really awesome. And it says, in 1974, two teenagers from opposite sides of a divided Cyprus meet at a tavern in the city they both call home. The tavern is the only place that Kostas, who is Greek, and Daphne, who is Turkish, can meet in secret, hidden beneath the leaves of a fig tree growing through the roof of the tavern. This tree will witness their hushed, happy meetings and will be there when the war breaks out and teenagers vanish. Decades later, in North London, 16-year-old Ada has never visited the island where her parents were born. She seeks to untangle years of her family's silence, but the only connection she has to the land of her ancestors is a fig tree growing in the back garden of their home. So, again, I'm not sure how much the story appeals. It was a cover by, but I'm going to keep it for a while and see if that is a book that I want to give a go. So if you have read either of these and like them and say, yes, they're definitely worth a go, please let me know. But they were 50p each, so how can you not, really? Then I got these ones. Now, I like picking up a self-published book because I think the chances of it having had a lot of hype on BookTube is very remote, and there's always a possibility that you will just pick up something that maybe is absolutely amazing but didn't necessarily have the financial backing behind it or something to really get it out there. I mean, otherwise it could just be pants. I don't know yet. But I got Convulsive and I had part 1 and part 2. Now this is by Marcus Martin. It says, when Earth's satellites mysteriously black out, the world begins to unravel. But as the disorder spreads, Lucy discovers that humans aren't the only threat to her survival. Earth has been contaminated by a lethal genetic scavenger. It starts as a bacterium but doesn't stay like that for long. A chain reaction of events is unfolding and mankind is on its knees. Lucy must adapt fast or perish. But this is a challenge we've never encountered before as a species. No lightsabers, no warp engines, it's just her against them. Lucy soon learns that survival will be brutal, raw, desperate. But she refuses to die easily. And it says it's for fans of The Martian and The Road, and it's a gritty dystopian thriller. Now, I love The Martian, and The Road is on my TBR. So I thought, why not? I'm not going to read you the back of 2 because I don't want to spoil it, but this says the Convulsive series, fans of I Am Legend and Extinction Point. So I suppose, if you're fans of The Martian, The Road, I Am Legend and Extinction Point, maybe these are the books to give a go, but hopefully I'll read them both together and I will let you know what I think. Then I picked up Circus of Wonders by Elizabeth McNeil. I don't know a lot about it, I've just heard great things. England, 1866, when Jasper Jupiter's Circus of Wonders arrives in a coastal village, Nell soon catches the showman's eye. Shunned by her community because of the birthmark speckling her skin, to Jasper she is a prize. She could be his very own leopard girl, but how to make her his? Soon Nell finds herself the star of Jasper's show. Suddenly she is famous. Crowds rush to watch her soar through the air, figurines are cast in her image, even Queen Victoria wants to see her perform. But Nell is free to live and love. But is Nell free to live and love as she chooses? And when her fame begins to eclipse Jasper's own, could she be in danger? After all, the higher you fly, the steeper the fall. It sounds good. I think it sounds good. And the last one I got is The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. And I don't know a lot about this, but as I've said before, I want to read classics and modern classics. So for 10p, I picked this up. I thought, why not? Oh my goodness, the writing is tiny. I thought it was really short. I thought, oh, yeah, it's only about 156 pages. Well, no wonder, because the writing is minute. Anyway, that's my haul. Let me know if you've read any of those or if any appeal, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye.